Story: The heavy burden and silent strength. In the quiet of the early morning, when the stars are fading and the first light of day begins to touch the earth, there is a spirit who walks alone. They carry a weight that no one can see. Their footsteps are heavy, each one a silent prayer to the Great Spirit. Please, let me not fall. Please, let me hold myself together. The world does not know the struggles they face. They smile in crowds, but within, their heart aches like the earth beneath a thunderstorm, strong but yearning for peace. The Great Spirit sees them, sees the quiet tears they shed when no one is looking. He hears their whispers in the night, those questions that come from deep within the soul. What if nothing changes? What if this is all there is? The heart of this spirit is tired. Not just tired from work or from the struggles of the day, but tired in a way that cannot be explained by words. Their spirit is worn, as if the winds of the world have pulled at them until there is nothing left to give. Yet they continue, because that is what they have always done. The Great Spirit knows. He sees the hidden burdens. He watches as this spirit holds everything together, even when they are falling apart inside. He feels their pain as the very air they breathe becomes thick with sorrow. Yet, in the quiet of their being, he whispers, "This is not the end. What you walk through now is only a part of the journey. It is not the end of your story. The path you walk now will lead to the wisdom of tomorrow, the strength of your next step. You will not break. I will not let you." And as the spirit walks, they feel the stirring deep within their heart. It is the feeling of change, of something shifting in the world around them. It is as if the winds are shifting, the skies are darkening, and yet they do not know what is coming. They can feel it in their bones, this shift that will come to change everything they have known. They do not know what is on the other side, but their heart stirs with a quiet hope. The Great Spirit speaks again, but this time, he speaks not only to their soul, but into the very fabric of their being. What you are going through is sacred. It is a building, a breaking down, and a rebuilding. You may not see it now, but there is something in you that is being shaped, something within you that is being prepared for what is yet to come. The Spirit wonders if this is true, for they have felt only the struggle. The earth feels harder with each step, and the weight on their shoulders grows heavier with each passing day. Yet, in the silence, in the deep breaths they take when no one is around, they feel it, the flicker of light, the soft glow of something more than the burden. It is a whisper of hope, a gentle call from the Great Spirit who is always near. He says, "Do not fear this change. Do not fear what you cannot see. You are not alone in your struggle. I walk with you. I carry the weight with you. You will not break. You will bend, but you will not break. And in the quiet, when you feel the weight of the world pressing against you, know that it is not punishment, it is preparation." The Spirit breathes deeply, a quiet sigh of relief in the vast silence of the night. They know deep down that the Great Spirit is right. This is not the end. This is just the beginning of something that will unfold with time, something that will reveal itself when the time is right. The Spirit continues on their path, each step feeling lighter now, not because the burden is gone, but because they know they are not walking alone. The Great Spirit walks beside them, carrying what they cannot. Their heart feels less heavy, and their spirit, though still weary, begins to feel the promise of the next chapter, the next step in the journey that has been set before them. They are not alone, and they will never be alone. And so, they walk. The Great Spirit speaks gently, softly, in the silence of the world. He whispers, "You are strong, even in your weariness. You are brave, even in your doubt. You will make it. Trust in me. Trust in the journey. You will not break. You will bend, and you will grow." And with that, the Spirit continues forward, knowing that they are not just walking, they are being carried. The road ahead is long, but the Spirit walks with renewed strength, for they now understand that every step, every struggle, and every burden is part of the sacred path that will lead them to the fulfillment of their destiny. And though they may not see the end yet, they know they will reach it, one step at a time, with faith in the Great Spirit who carries them. Story: The Unraveling and the Sacred Growth. In the stillness of the morning, before the sun rises and the earth awakens, there is a spirit walking alone. The world does not see their struggle, but the spirit feels it deep within their soul. A quiet unraveling has begun. It is as though their very being, woven tightly with the threads of past pains, has started to fray, to loosen, to break apart. In the silence of the night, they ask themselves, why does this hurt so much? What am I losing? The answer does not come quickly, but it is whispered softly in the winds of their spirit. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding what no longer serves you. The spirit's heart aches as it lets go of old ways, old identities, things that once felt safe and certain. The world around them seems to shift and change, and they are caught between what they once were and what they are becoming. The old comforts, the things that once soothed their soul, now feel empty and distant. They are walking in the space between where the past is fading and the future is still hidden. It is in this space, this sacred space of transformation, that the Great Spirit speaks. Child, what you are feeling is not a sign of loss, but a sign of growth. The pain you feel is not a wound. It is the space I am creating for something new. This unraveling is not destruction. It is the preparation of your soul for what is to come. You are being made new, even though it feels like you are falling apart. The spirit hears these words, but they do not fully understand them yet. They feel like they are being torn from the inside, like the very fabric of who they are is being undone. There is no comfort in this moment, no easy answers. It is like the deep roots of a tree being pulled from the earth, the tree left bare and exposed, wondering if it will ever grow again. But in this deep, sacred silence, the Great Spirit whispers once more. The grief you feel is the shedding of old skin. What you thought was you, what you held so tightly to, is falling away because it no longer fits who you are becoming. Do not fear this, for I am with you in this unraveling. What you are going through now is part of your sacred growth. The pain you feel is the birth of your true self. And so the Spirit walks. They do not know where the road leads, but they walk with the knowledge that something is changing within them. They feel the pressure of growth within their heart, within their mind, within their soul. It is not a gentle growth, but one that tears and stretches, one that is painful but necessary. The Spirit begins to understand that this is not a punishment, but a divine purpose. Trust in the space you are in now, child. This is the holy space of transformation. You are not broken. You are being remade. I am with you, working in the invisible, shaping you into what you are destined to become. The Spirit steps slow as they process these words. They wonder if they are truly ready for the change that is coming, if they can fully surrender to what the Great Spirit is doing within them. It is a frightening thing, this growth, this transformation. It feels like losing pieces of themselves, but they know deep down that these pieces were never truly theirs to keep. The Spirit feels the tension of this shift, and for the first time, they understand that it is not a loss, but a gain. You are shedding the old to make way for the new. You are letting go of the past to walk into your future. It may not make sense now, but trust that I am working in the invisible, arranging the pieces of your life for the path ahead. You are not alone in this. As the Spirit continues on their journey, they begin to notice subtle changes. The world around them feels different, as though the air is lighter, the trees more vibrant, the sky clearer, and yet there is still a weight in their chest, a heaviness that comes from the space between who they were and who they are becoming. They are caught between two worlds, the old, familiar world of the past and the unknown, uncertain world of the future. But the Great Spirit speaks again, this time with a voice that fills the Spirit's heart with warmth and peace. Do not rush this process, child. You are where you need to be. The change you are going through is sacred, and I am guiding you every step of the way. What you are feeling now, this tension, this discomfort, is the growth of your spirit. Trust in it. Trust in me. You are not losing yourself. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. The Spirit stops, allowing the words to sink deep into their soul. They feel the weight of this message, the sacred truth that they are not broken, but in the process of being made whole. They understand now that they are in the space between what they were and what they are becoming is not a place of despair, but of divine preparation. The Spirit breathes deeply, the weight on their chest lifting ever so slightly. They know that this journey will not be easy, but they also know that they are not walking it alone. The Great Spirit walks beside them, guiding them, comforting them, and leading them into the new season of their life. And so, the Spirit continues, step by step, shedding the old, embracing the new. They walk with faith, with trust, knowing that this sacred growth is not a punishment, but a blessing. They are being transformed, and though the path is unclear, they know that it will lead them to the place where they are meant to be. For the first time, the Spirit feels peace in the unknown, knowing that the unraveling is a part of the sacred journey, and that the Great Spirit is with them every step of the way. The growth is painful, but it is necessary, and as they walk with the assurance that something beautiful is being born within them. Story: the divine winds of change. In the stillness of the earth, beneath the vast sky, there is a spirit who walks through the world, unseen, unheard. They feel the weight of the day upon them, heavy and unyielding. Their heart is full of questions, their mind clouded with confusion. Why does it feel as though nothing is changing? Why does it seem as though my prayers fall to the earth without answer? They ask silently, knowing that the winds of life move unseen, just beyond their grasp. But in the quiet of their spirit, the Great Spirit is at work. Though the Spirit cannot see the changes, they are happening. Like the river carving its path through the mountains, the divine movement is silent and invisible, but it is steady, it is sure. I am here, working in the unseen, whispers the Great Spirit. Though you cannot see it, know that I am moving. I am realigning your life with the precision of the stars above, guiding your steps even when you cannot feel my presence. The Spirit pauses, feeling the weight of these words. The earth beneath their feet feels familiar, yet they sense a shifting, a subtle change in the air. It is as though something, though hidden, is rearranging itself, preparing the way for what is to come. The Spirit's heart stirs with the quiet knowing that they are not alone, that they are being prepared for something greater. But it is still not clear, and their mind cannot grasp what is unfolding. The Great Spirit speaks again, not with words, but with a gentle, knowing presence. You are not walking in the dark alone. I am working behind the veil, setting things in motion that you cannot yet see. People are being placed in your path, opportunities are being opened, and time is being aligned with divine purpose. You do not see it, but I am moving and everything is coming together in ways you cannot understand yet. The Spirit stands still, feeling the weight of these words settle upon their heart. There is a deep peace in knowing that the world is being moved on their behalf, even when they cannot feel it, even when they cannot see it. The air around them feels different now, like the quiet before a storm, heavy with anticipation, thick with potential. Trust in the unseen, the Great Spirit continues, for the changes are happening beneath the surface. You are being prepared, even in the silence. You are being realigned, even when you feel lost. You are being guided toward your destiny, step by step, even when the road seems unclear. The Spirit's heart begins to soften, their steps slowing as they feel the truth of these words sink into their being. They look around them at the world they know, and though it feels the same, they sense that something is different. The trees sway in the wind, the earth hums beneath their feet, and in the distance the mountains stand silent, watching. Know this, child, the Great Spirit says softly, the work I am doing in your life is like the seasons. It is invisible in the moment, but the harvest will come. The earth is being prepared for the seed you will soon plant. You may not see it now, but the timing is perfect, and everything is moving toward the moment of fruition. Trust in what you cannot see, for the invisible work is the foundation of what is to come. The Spirit takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of these words. They know that their heart has been restless, searching for answers, for signs of change. But now, they realize that the changes are not always visible, that sometimes the most profound transformations happen in the stillness, in the unseen movements of the world around them. The Great Spirit is at work, and they are part of it. In the quiet moments, when the world seems still, the Spirit begins to feel the stirrings of something new within them. It is not a loud, thunderous change, but a subtle, quiet shift of knowing that the Great Spirit is guiding them, realigning them for something greater. It is like the soft winds that rustle the leaves, the quiet shift of the earth beneath their feet. The spirit knows that the winds of change are moving through their life, though they cannot see it. I am preparing the way, the Great Spirit says again. Trust in the unseen. Trust in the work I am doing in you, in the world around you. You are not alone. I walk beside you even in the silence. And when the time is right, the changes you cannot see will be revealed. You will look back and understand that every step, every moment, every pause was part of the divine movement I have been orchestrating in your life. The Spirit feels a deep peace settle within them as they continue on their path. They are no longer restless, no longer searching for signs. They understand now that the work is being done even when they cannot see it, even when they cannot feel it. They walk with trust in the invisible, knowing that the Great Spirit is guiding them towards something greater. And so, the Spirit continues, one step at a time, trusting in the movement of the unseen, trusting that the divine work is at hand. They walk with faith, with patience, knowing that what is to come will be revealed in its own time. They are not lost, for they are being guided with divine precision. They are part of something greater, something sacred, and though they cannot see it now, they will one day understand. Story: the sacred journey of detoxification. The Spirit walks through the forest, its feet brushing the soft earth, the cool breeze whispering through the trees. The world around them is alive, vibrant, yet the Spirit feels a weight, a quiet stirring in their heart. There is a shift happening within them. It is as if the very winds have changed, the path beneath their feet has altered, and their soul is calling for something new. The desires they once held once familiar, comforting like an old blanket, no longer fit them. They have outgrown them, just as the oak tree outgrows its sapling form. But the Spirit does not yet understand this transformation. The Great Spirit sees them, watches the tension and grief in their heart, knowing what they cannot yet see. Child, you are shedding the old skin that no longer serves you. The things that once brought comfort, that once gave you peace, now feel like a burden. You are being cleansed, detoxified, made pure in a way that is both painful and beautiful. The Spirit pauses, feeling the weight of these words deep within their heart. They feel a pull, a desire to cling to the things that once soothed their soul. But they also feel a pull towards something new, something undefined. The old desires, the old ways, seem to be slipping away like sand through their fingers, and it causes a quiet grief in their heart. They feel the old parts of themselves being pried away, like dead branches falling from a tree, and they do not know what to hold on to anymore. The grief is deep, a quiet ache in their spirit. This grief, this loss, is not a sign of weakness, child. The Great Spirit continues. It is a sign of growth. What you are feeling is the detoxification of your soul. You are being made ready for what is to come, but first, you must let go of what no longer serves you. You are growing, shedding the parts of yourself that kept you small, that kept you bound to the past. Trust in this process. The Spirit's heart stirs with the weight of these words, but the grief still remains. They walk, head bowed, the weight of their journey heavy in their chest. They want to stop, to turn back to the comfort of the past, to the desires they once clung to so tightly. But the Great Spirit speaks again, and this time, the words are like the song of the river, flowing gently but with purpose. Child, it is time to release. The path ahead is not meant for the version of yourself that you have been. You are being made new, and it is not easy, for growth rarely is. But trust that I am with you, guiding you, helping you release what is no longer needed. You are detoxifying, but not in the way you think. You are cleansing your spirit, clearing out the old hurts, the old fears, and the false truths you once believed. Let it go, and you will find peace. The Spirit looks up, their eyes wide with understanding. They feel the shift in their heart, the quiet ache beginning to ease, replaced with a strange sense of freedom. The weight on their chest lightens as they begin to understand that the grief is not something to avoid, but something to embrace. The loss they feel is not a loss of themselves, but a shedding of the false parts of who they once were. They are no longer bound to the old ways. They are being reborn, and it is both painful and beautiful. They walk on, each step feeling lighter than the last. The trees around them seem to whisper, the wind singing a song of cleansing, of new beginnings. And with each step, they feel the old desires slipping away, the things that once defined them, the things that no longer serve their purpose. It is not easy, but it is necessary. They are being detoxified, not in body, but in spirit. They are shedding the layers of themselves that have grown stale and unnecessary, and they are making room for the new. You are becoming who you were always meant to be, the Great Spirit whispers. This process is sacred. The grief you feel is the birth of your true self. You are growing into the fullness of who you are, and this growth will bring peace, clarity, and strength. Trust in this process. Let go of the old. Release the things that no longer serve you, and you will find a new sense of freedom. The Spirit pauses again, feeling the weight of these words settle deep within their soul. They understand now. The grief, the discomfort, the pull toward the past is all part of the process. They are detoxifying, shedding the parts of themselves that kept them trapped, that kept them from becoming who they were meant to be. The Spirit feels the freedom rising within them like the dawn breaking over the horizon. The new desires, the new truths, are taking root in their heart. It is a slow process, but it is happening. Child, you are on the right path, the Great Spirit says. What you are experiencing now is not punishment, but purification. You are being made ready for the new season of your life. Do not fear the changes, for they are the natural result of growth. Trust in this process, for I am with you and I will never leave you. The Spirit feels the warmth of the Great Spirit's words wrap around them like a blanket, soothing their aching heart. They know that the journey ahead will not always be easy. There will be moments of doubt, moments of pain, but they also know now that this pain is not something to fear. It is the cleansing of their soul, the release of the old, and the birth of the new. They walk on, their heart lighter, their spirit freer, knowing that they are becoming who they were always meant to be. And so they continue on their journey, step by step, shedding the old, embracing the new. They trust in the process, knowing that the Great Spirit is guiding them every step of the way. The grief has not disappeared, but it no longer holds them captive. They are free to walk the path ahead, knowing that the detoxification of their soul is a sacred and beautiful process. Story: Trusting the sacred path. The Spirit walks through the vast plains, feeling the wind whisper through the grass. The land stretches wide, unbroken, with the sun dipping low on the horizon. The Spirit's heart is heavy with doubt. They feel the weight of the journey they have been on, the uncertainty of the path ahead. The steps have not been easy. The winds have often felt like they were pushing them back, urging them to turn around. They wonder if they are on the right path, if the journey they are walking is truly their own, or if it is a mistake, a detour they should not have taken. Yet, in the quiet of their heart, they hear a voice. It is soft at first, like the rustling of leaves, but it is steady and sure. Child, do not fear the journey. Do not fear the delays and detours. I am with you in every step. I have not abandoned you, even when the path is unclear. Trust in the timing I have set for you. Every delay, every pause, every moment of confusion is part of the sacred process I am guiding you through. The Spirit feels a deep stirring within. They have walked many roads, each one filled with its own trials. At times, it has seemed like the road stretched on endlessly before them, with no sign of the end. They have questioned the direction of their steps, the timing of the moments they find themselves in. It feels as if they are lost in a world of uncertainty, with no answers to the questions that burn in their heart. They want to know why the path has not been smooth, why the obstacles have been many, why they have had to wait. But the voice of the Great Spirit comes again, flowing like the river's song, gentle and wise. You must understand, child, that the path you are walking is not meant to be smooth. The road is not always straight because I am preparing you. Every delay, every detour is part of the sacred plan I have for you. I am aligning everything in its right time, even when you cannot see it. Trust in this process, for it is leading you to something great. Then you can understand right now. The Spirit takes a slow, steady breath, feeling the tension in their chest begin to ease, though only slightly. They feel the weight of the world pressing against them, and yet they are not sure what the next step is. The world seems full of possibilities, but also full of obstacles. They long for the certainty that they are on the right path, for the assurance that their efforts are not in vain. The Spirit asks again, "How much longer, Great Spirit? How much longer must I wait?" The wind stirs, and in it the Great Spirit's voice answers, softer now, but filled with a quiet strength. Your heart is restless because you want to see the end, but the end is not for you to see yet. The journey you are on is not just about the destination, it is about who you are becoming in the process. The delays and detours are shaping you, teaching you to trust me even when you cannot see the way forward. Trust in the sacred timing. It is all part of the plan. Every step, every pause has a purpose. The Spirit stops, standing still on the earth, feeling the ground beneath them, steady and unmoving. They understand, even if just a little, that the journey is not about reaching the destination, but about the growth and wisdom gained along the way. The path may twist and turn, but each step is preparing them for something greater, something they cannot yet see. They realize now that the uncertainty, the waiting, the detours, they are not signs of failure or being lost. They are signs of preparation. Child, the path you walk is sacred. The journey is not about instant answers or immediate success. It is about learning to trust, learning to wait, learning to be still in the quiet spaces between. I am working behind the scenes even when you cannot see it. I am aligning people, opportunities, and timing with divine precision. You are being prepared for what is to come, even if the road is hard to walk. The Spirit feels the peace of these words sink into their soul. The restlessness begins to fade, replaced by a quiet understanding that the journey is unfolding just as it should. The path is not meant to be easy, and they were never promised smooth sailing. What they were promised was guidance, strength, and the presence of the Great Spirit through it all. The delays are not obstacles to their growth, they are part of the sacred process of becoming. With each step, the Spirit feels more certain, more at peace with the journey. They no longer seek to rush ahead, to know everything, to have all the answers. They have learned that trust is not about knowing the end from the beginning, it is about trusting the process, the timing, and the wisdom of the Great Spirit. And when the time is right, the Great Spirit says, "You will see what I have been preparing for you. You will understand the purpose behind the delays and detours. You will see how every moment, every step has led you to this place. Trust, child, that I am with you every step of the way. Even in the silence, even in the waiting, I am here. I will never leave you." The Spirit breathes deeply, feeling a sense of peace settle in their heart. The path is still unclear, and the future still unknown, but they know now that they are not alone. The Great Spirit is walking beside them, guiding them with each step, even when they cannot see the way forward. They no longer need to worry about the detours or delays. They need only to trust in the process and know that every step is leading them toward their sacred purpose. And so, the Spirit continues on their journey, trusting in the path that is unfolding, trusting in the timing of the Great Spirit. They walk with faith, knowing that the road may be winding, but it is leading them exactly where they need to go. The journey is sacred, and the Great Spirit is always with them, guiding them every step of the way. Story: the sacred building of the Spirit. The Spirit stands at the edge of the river, the water flowing swiftly beneath the moonlit sky. The night is still, but the Spirit's heart is troubled. They feel the weight of something inside them, something old and painful, a wound they cannot yet name. It feels like a pressure deep within their soul, a storm brewing on the horizon of their mind. They wonder why the struggle is so fierce, why the path is so hard. Every step seems weighed down by something unseen, as though the earth itself is pulling them backward. In the quiet of their spirit, the Great Spirit speaks, not with words, but with a presence that fills the space around them. Child, what you feel is not failure, but transformation. The pressure you feel, the weight upon your heart, is the work of divine construction. You are not broken, you are being rebuilt. The Spirit listens, their heart heavy but also curious. They do not understand, for the pain feels real, and the tension seems unyielding. It is as if their very being is being stretched, pulled apart by forces they cannot control. The world around them feels distant, and they feel alone in their struggle. They long for release, for peace, but the turmoil within them refuses to settle. You are shedding the old. The Great Spirit continues. The wounds you carry, the mindsets that have kept you bound, are being purged. These are not your failures. They are the necessary sacrifices that make room for the new blessings I am preparing for you. The Spirit feels the weight of these words, but the struggle within them continues. The old wounds they have carried for so long, the scars of past hurts, the fears that have held them back are rising to the surface. They feel exposed, raw, as though every part of them that they once thought was healed is being torn open again. The Spirit aches with the weight of these emotions, unsure of how much longer they can endure. But the Great Spirit speaks again, this time with a voice that resonates deep within the Spirit's core. The wounds you feel are not signs of weakness, child. They are the places where healing must begin. The pain you carry is not a punishment. It is the purification of your soul. The pressure you feel is not to break you, but to break through the old barriers that have held you captive. The Spirit stands still, allowing the words to sink deep within them. They realize that the struggle is not an enemy to be defeated, but a part of the sacred process of healing. The pressure, the tension, the pain, these are the signs of divine construction, of something being built within them. It is not easy, but it is necessary. The old must be purged so that the new can be born. The road is not easy, the Great Spirit continues, but I walk with you every step of the way. The tension you feel is the divine breaking of the chains that have bound you. The old mindsets, the fears, the doubts, they are being broken. And as they are, the space within you grows, making room for the new blessings that are waiting to fill it. The Spirit feels a shift within them, a quiet stirring deep in their soul. The pressure does not lessen, but it begins to feel different. It is no longer a weight that threatens to crush them. It is a force that is reshaping them, remaking them into something stronger, something whole. The wounds, once painful, now seem to hold a new meaning, a purpose. They are not signs of failure, but of the divine work of healing taking place inside the Spirit's heart. The Spirit closes their eyes, feeling the presence of the Great Spirit surrounding them. They understand now that the struggle is not their enemy, it is their teacher. The old wounds must be purged. The old ways must be broken so that they can make room for the blessings that are waiting to come. The Spirit feels the tension ease slightly, knowing that this is the sacred process of becoming. Trust in this process, the Great Spirit whispers, what you are experiencing is not the end, but the beginning. You are not broken, you are being made whole. The divine construction within you is preparing you for something greater. And as you release the old, you will find that you are more ready than ever to receive what I have waiting for you. The Spirit takes a deep breath, feeling the weight in their chest lighten, not because the struggle is over, but because they now understand it. They understand that this pressure, this tension, is not something to fear. It is the sacred work of the Great Spirit, shaping them, refining them, preparing them for what is to come. The Spirit opens their eyes and looks at the river, the water flowing steadily beneath the moonlight. It is a reminder that, even when the path is unclear, the river continues to flow, finding its way forward, carving new paths through the earth. With a renewed sense of peace, the Spirit begins to walk again, knowing that the divine construction is still at work within them. They are not broken, they are being made new. Each step they take is a step toward healing, toward wholeness, toward the blessings that the Great Spirit has prepared for them. The old wounds may still sting, but they are no longer chains. They are the marks of the divine work being done in the Spirit's soul. And so, the Spirit walks on, trusting the process, trusting the sacred work of healing and transformation. The pressure may come again, but now they understand its purpose. The Spirit is being remade, and with each step, they are becoming who they were always meant to be. Story: the sacred battle and divine protection. The Spirit stands at the edge of the mountain, the wind biting at their skin, the sky heavy with the weight of the storm. The path they have walked has been long, filled with obstacles, each step feeling heavier than the last. The Spirit feels the tension in their chest, a deep unease that whispers of something darker ahead. It is not the quiet peace of the earth beneath their feet, but a restless energy, a pull towards something that lies just beyond their reach. The air around them feels thick, charged, as though something is coming for them, something they cannot yet see. Child, you are not alone, whispers the voice of the Great Spirit, calm but strong, as steady as the river's flow. What you feel is not a sign of failure, but of the power within you. The winds are fierce because you are strong enough to withstand them. The Spirit listens, but their heart is heavy. They know that the road ahead will not be easy, but they also know that they cannot turn back. The tension in the air grows thicker, and the Spirit feels the weight of it pressing in on them, threatening to push them to their knees. But something deep within stirs, a quiet strength rising from the depths of their being, a flicker of hope, even in the face of this looming storm. The Spirit understands now that the battle they face is not one of their own making. It is a sacred test, a trial that has come to prepare them for what lies ahead. The storms, the struggles, the moments of doubt, they are not signs that they are weak. They are signs that the Spirit is being prepared for something greater, something sacred, something that will require all the strength they have within them. The enemy is fierce because you are a threat, the Great Spirit continues. You have been chosen, child. The battle you face is not just for your soul, it is for the power that lies within you. The darkness knows your potential, and it will try to break you. But know this, you are not alone. I walk with you, even in the storm. My protection surrounds you, and I will never let you fall. The Spirit takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of these words settle deep within their heart. They understand now that the struggle is not meant to destroy them, but to prepare them. It is not a test of perfection, but a test of faith, of trust in the protection and guidance of the Great Spirit. The enemy may fight hard, but the Spirit knows that they are not fighting alone. As the storm rages around them, the Spirit feels the Great Spirit's presence like a shield, a protection that wraps around them, holding them steady in the face of the winds. The battle may be fierce, but it is not their battle alone. The Great Spirit is with them, walking beside them, guiding their steps, even when the path is unclear. The enemy may come with all its might, but the Spirit knows that it is no match for the power of the divine. You are not perfect, child, the Great Spirit whispers, but you are chosen. You are called to rise, not in your own strength, but in the strength I give you. The storms will come, but they will not break you. You will rise, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine, and I will protect you always. The Spirit feels the power of these words, feel them, their hearts steady now, their steps stronger. They are not fighting this battle alone, and they do not need to be perfect. The storm may rage, the darkness may press in, but the Spirit knows that they are protected by the divine, guided by a power greater than anything they can see. With each step, they rise stronger, not because of their own strength, but because of the strength that comes from the Great Spirit. The battle may continue, but the Spirit is no longer afraid. They know that they are not alone, that the Great Spirit walks beside them, protecting them, preparing them for what lies ahead. The storm may try to shake them, but it will not break them. The Spirit walks forward, the wind at their back, the strength of the divine flowing through them. The enemy may fight, but they are not afraid. For they know that the strength they carry is not their own, but a gift from the Great Spirit, a gift that will carry them through the storm. They will rise not because they are perfect, but because they are chosen, called to walk this sacred path with the protection of the divine. And so, the Spirit continues on their journey, step by step, trusting in the strength of the Great Spirit, trusting that they are protected, guided, and loved. The battle may be fierce, but the victory is already theirs. The strength within them is not their own, it is the strength of the divine, and it will carry them through the storm. Story: the sacred call to walk in faith. In the quiet of the early morning, the Spirit sits by the fire, the flames dancing in the stillness, casting shadows on the earth. The air is cool, the sky still dark, but the Spirit's heart is restless. They have walked many paths, faced many trials, and now as they sit in the peace of the moment, they feel the stirring of something deeper. It is a call, a whisper on the wind that speaks of something more, something greater than they can understand. The world around them is quiet, but within, their spirit feels the weight of a sacred invitation. The Great Spirit speaks softly as the wind stirs the trees. Child, you have walked through much, but now is the time to walk with me. Faith is not just something you carry in your heart, it is a way of life, a choice you make with every step you take. You have been called to live in this faith, to partner with me in the unfolding of your life. Trust me, not just in the quiet moments, but in every moment. The way you respond to the world, to the struggles and joys is the faith you carry. Now is the time to walk in it, to live it. The Spirit listens, their heart heavy with understanding. Faith is not something distant, something they only call upon in times of need. It is something they live with every day. The Spirit has known faith as a belief, a quiet knowing in their heart that the Great Spirit walks with them. But now they are being called to something deeper, something more active, something that will change the way they walk in the world. Faith is not in what you can see, child, the Great Spirit continues. It is in how you move through the world, even when the path is unclear. It is not enough to believe in me when the journey is easy. You must believe in me in the everyday moments, in the way you treat others, in the way you face hardship, in the way you choose to walk with strength and humility. This is the faith I am calling you to. The Spirit feels the weight of these words sink deep into their soul. It is not enough to carry faith as a belief. It must be lived, must be shown in every action, every choice. The Spirit looks around at the world before them, the rising sun, the rustling leaves, the mountains in the distance, and they know that faith is not just something they hold in their heart. It is something they carry in every step they take. It is the way they walk through the world, with trust, with strength, with love. I am calling you to partner with me, the Great Spirit whispers. The journey you are on is not your own. It is mine and yours together. You are not walking in this world alone. I am with you in every step, guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you for what is to come. You are being made ready, child, to receive what I have prepared for you. Trust me now, not just in belief, but in action. Let your faith be seen in the way you walk with others, in the way you choose love over fear, in the way you rise to meet each day with purpose. The Spirit feels a stirring in their heart, a quiet strength that rises from deep within. They know now that faith is not a passive thing, it is a way of life. It is not something they wait for, something they hope for, but something they choose to live out, moment by moment, step by step. The world may not always be kind, the path may not always be clear, but with the Great Spirit walking beside them, they know they are not alone. The Spirit rises from the fire, the warmth of the flame still upon their skin. They take a deep breath, feeling the presence of the Great Spirit surrounding them. I will walk with you, child, the Great Spirit says, and in every step I will guide you. The journey ahead may be difficult, but it is in the walking that you will find your strength, your purpose, your calling. Trust in this path, for it is the one I have set before you. With these words, the Spirit knows that the journey has just begun. They are no longer simply walking through the world, hoping for answers. They are walking with the Great Spirit, living in faith, choosing to trust in every step. They understand now that faith is not just a belief in the unseen, it is a call to action, to live out the sacred promise in every moment, in every choice. Your faith is not just a belief, child, the Great Spirit says again. It is the way you live, the way you choose to walk in the world. You are called to walk in faith, not just in the good times, but in every moment. Trust me now, as you have never trusted before, and I will walk with you through every step of your journey. And so the Spirit begins their walk, knowing that the path is sacred, that their faith is not just something they believe, but something they live. With each step, they are walking in partnership with the Great Spirit, living out the call to faith in every action, every choice. The journey may be long, but the Spirit is not afraid. For they know that the Great Spirit is with them, guiding them, walking beside them every step of the way. Story: the sacred restoration of the Spirit. The Spirit stands at the edge of the river, watching the water flow. It has been a long journey, a journey filled with pain, confusion, and brokenness. The river's song, gentle yet constant, seems to echo the tumultuous emotions that have filled the Spirit's heart for so long. The past is heavy upon them, the scars of old wounds still fresh, the weight of lost dreams still pressing down. They wonder if the broken pieces of their life can ever be made whole again. if the wounds that have marked their soul can ever heal. But as they stand there, feeling th, cool breeze brush against their skin, they hear a voice. It is not loud, not commanding, but soft, like the whisper of the wind through the trees. Child, I see the brokenness in your heart. I know the weight of your pain, the confusion that clouds your path, but this is not the end of your story. What has been broken is being made whole again, and what you have lost will be restored. The spirit listens, feeling the weight in their chest lift ever so slightly. They have heard these words before, but this time they feel different. The voice of the Great Spirit is not just a distant comfort, it is a promise, a sacred truth that begins to stir deep within their soul. You have walked through the darkness, child, but now I am guiding you into the light. I am restoring what was lost, I am healing what was broken, and I am rewriting your story, not in pain, but in purpose. What you see as the end, I see as the beginning. The spirit closes their eyes, feeling the warmth of these words settle over them like a blanket. They have been lost in confusion for so long, not knowing who they are or where they belong. But now, they sense something shifting within them, something ancient and sacred stirring in the depths of their being. They realize that the journey they have walked, though filled with pain, has not been in vain. It has been a part of their transformation, a part of the restoration that is now taking place. What you have been through, child, was never meant to break you. It was meant to shape you, to refine you, to make room for what I'm about to do in your life. The Great Spirit continues. The pain, the loss, the confusion, they are not the end. They are the forging of your spirit, the cleansing of your soul. I am rewriting your identity, and you will see yourself as I have always seen you. The Spirit feels the truth of these words seep deep into their soul. They have always been defined by their pain, by their wounds, by the confusion that has clouded their heart. But now, in this moment, they understand that those things do not define them. They are not their pain. They are not their past. They are a child of the Great Spirit, a being of light and purpose, and this is the truth they are being called to walk in. You are being restored, child, the Great Spirit says. The pieces of your soul that were shattered are being made whole again. The wounds that have held you captive are being healed. What was broken is being put back together, stronger, more beautiful than before. Trust in this process, for it is divinely orchestrated and it is leading you to your true purpose. The Spirit opens their eyes, and for the first time in a long time, they see the world around them with new clarity. The river flows, the trees sway in the wind, and the sun begins to rise on the horizon, casting a golden light over the land. It is as though the world itself is being made new, and the Spirit feels a deep sense of peace in their heart. The pain of the past is still there, but it no longer holds them captive. They are being transformed, restored, and rewritten into something new. You are no longer defined by your past, child, the Great Spirit whispers. You are defined by the love I have for you, by the purpose I have placed within you. You are being made into who you were always meant to be. Trust in this process, for it is sacred and beautiful. What has been broken is now being healed. What has been lost is being returned to you. The Spirit stands tall, feeling the strength of these words fill them. They are no longer lost, they are no longer broken, they are whole, and they are being made whole by the divine love of the Great Spirit. Their journey has not been easy, but it has been necessary. The pain, the confusion, the loss, they were all part of the sacred process that is now leading them to their true purpose. They are being restored, transformed, and rewritten into the person they were always meant to be. As they walk along the riverbank, the Spirit feels a deep sense of gratitude in their heart. They have been through much, but they now understand that everything they have faced has been part of the divine plan, part of the restoration that is unfolding in their life. They are not the same person they once were. They are stronger, wiser, and more deeply connected to the divine purpose that is guiding them. Trust in this journey, child. The Great Spirit says once more, you are being restored, and you will see the beauty of what I am creating in your life. The past is gone, but the future is bright with purpose. You are mine, and I will never leave you. You are whole, you are loved, and you are destined for greatness. The Spirit smiles, feeling the weight of these words settle deep within them. They know now that their story is not defined by pain or confusion, but by the love and purpose of the Great Spirit. They are walking in their restoration, and with every step, they are becoming the person they were always meant to be. The journey is not over, but it is now filled with clarity, with purpose, and with the sacred promise of transformation, ensuring the story is coherent in each sentence in this chat thread. ChatGPT Darnoy. Story. The blessing of the sacred path. The spirit stands at the base of the mountain, feeling the earth beneath their feet, steady and unwavering. The path before them is long, but it is clear. The winds are calm, the air thick with the promise of change. The spirit can feel it deep within their heart. Something is stirring, something is awakening. The past has been heavy, full of burdens and unanswered questions. But now, as they stand at the edge of the unknown, they feel a new strength rising within them. It is a quiet strength, a steadying force, as if the very earth beneath them is whispering of what is to come. The Great Spirit speaks softly as the sun rises, its golden light spilling over the land. Child, you have walked through many trials, and now the time has come for your preparation. I am blessing you not with gold or riches, but with the strength of the earth, the clarity of the sky, and the peace of the rivers that flow beneath you. The Spirit listens, feeling the weight of the words settle deep within their heart. They have always known the Great Spirit was with them, but now they understand that this moment, this very moment, is one of divine preparation. They are being blessed not for what they have done, but for what they are about to do. The journey ahead will not be easy, but it will be full of purpose. I bless your mind, the Great Spirit continues. With wisdom and clarity, no longer will confusion cloud your thoughts. Your mind will be a vessel of truth, of knowledge and understanding. I bless your heart, child, with love and compassion, for it is through your heart that you will heal and guide others. Your voice I bless with courage and conviction, for you will speak with power, and your words will carry the weight of truth. The Spirit feels the warmth of these blessings, like the first light of dawn, gently warming their soul. They can feel the clarity growing within them, like a river cutting through the land, steady and sure. The confusion that once held them captive begins to fade, replaced by a deep understanding of who they are and who they are becoming. Their heart swells with a sense of peace, and for the first time in a long time, they feel whole, healed, and ready. I bless your hands, the Great Spirit continues, for they will be the instruments of creation, of healing, and of change. With these hands, you will build, you will help, and you will transform the world around you. I bless your steps, for they will be guided by divine purpose, leading you to the places you need to go, to the people you are meant to help. The Spirit looks at their hands, feeling a new strength in them, as if they are being guided by an unseen force. They understand now that their journey is not just about their own healing, it is about helping others, guiding them, lifting them up. They are not alone on this path. The Great Spirit walks beside them, and with every step, they are being prepared for the future that awaits. You are not alone, child, the Great Spirit whispers. You are a carrier of divine purpose. The road ahead may be long and difficult, but it is also filled with blessings. You are being prepared for a future of healing, strength, and clarity. Trust in this process, for it is sacred, and it is leading you to the life you were always meant to live. The Spirit feels a deep sense of peace settle over them. They understand now that their journey is not just about what they have been through, but about what they are about to become. The blessings they have received, wisdom, love, courage, strength, are not just for them, but for the world around them. They are being prepared to carry a purpose greater than themselves, to walk a path of healing and transformation, not just for their own sake, but for the sake of others. As the sun rises higher, casting its golden light over the land, the Spirit begins to walk, their steps steady and sure. They know the road ahead will not be easy, but they are not afraid. They are ready. The blessings of the Great Spirit are with them, guiding them every step of the way. They walk with clarity, with purpose, and with the confidence that they are exactly where they are meant to be. With each step, they feel the divine preparation unfolding within them. Their mind is clear, their heart full of love, their hands ready to build, and their voice ready to speak the truth. They are not the same spirit who stood at the base of the mountain before their heart has been healed, their soul strengthened, and they are now a carrier of divine purpose, ready to walk the sacred path that lies ahead. And so, the Spirit walks, knowing that every step is a blessing, every moment a preparation for the future that awaits. They are not alone. The Great Spirit is with them, and with each step, they are walking into the life they were always meant to live.